story, so I'll try to tell it without breaking up. Us guys were hanging out at the drive-in.
Raise your hand if you were there.
I was less than 16 years old, and of course driving. Back then you could have a driver's permit at 15 and a half as long as you had a 16-year-old driver with you. So we're all hanging out at the drive-in, and we thought, one of the guys said, "Hey, you know there's a girls' slumber party over on El Capitan." "Yeah, over at Sue's house." "Oh, let's go, you guys." So 3-4 carloads, we go over to the El Capitan, which is actually only one street over from now where we live. And we knock on the door, and a lady comes to the house, and she says, "Yeah, there's 10 or 12 girls here. They're having a slumber party, but you guys can come in." So we come in, and of course she's probably 13 and a half, 14 years old, right? And so the story goes, and this may be not exactly how it happened, but it's how I remember it happening. And I got a couple of friends here that probably were with me that night, Roger and Ron, and some good friends, actually best friends, that are no longer with us because they passed on. But we drove up and we went in, and back then we were pretty innocent, and the girls were playing music, and so we go in, and a couple of us started dancing, and I see this young girl over in the corner, and I go over and I asked her to dance. And we're dancing away, not hooking up, as they would say today. Hooking up back then was a lot different than it is today.
So is dancing.
And so anyway, so we danced, and I went and sat down. Well, next song came on. My buddy Lloyd Sousa goes over and asks her to dance. Okay, so he dances with her. He sets her down. He sets her down. Next song comes on, I go back over and dance.
Wow, you were popular.
So this went on for the whole evening.
Yes, yeah.
And finally the mother said, "Okay, it's time for you guys to go." So being the smart guy that I am, we all jump in the cars. "I'll meet you back at the drive-in." Jump back in the cars, head for the drive-in. I say, "I'm going to go around the block. I'm going to go back and ask that girl to dance or go out." Well, little did I know, my buddy got in the other car. He did the same thing. The story is, I got there first. I asked her to dance.
Again?
We've been dancing ever since. I loved you then. I love you now. I love you always.
Oh, sweet. Well said.
And to all of you who came this far to be with us, oh boy, I don't even know where to begin. I guess it goes back to Roger and Ronnie, my oldest high school friends. My sister, who's, I guess I've known my whole life. Only because you're older. To Jane's family, Kathy and Keith, and your grandchildren. To so many friends, from high school, Doug and Diane, Carol, Jane, so many wonderful memories and years. And if you need to know any of these, you can talk to my barber, Doug. Barbers know everything. To my friends on Fieldcrest Drive, Clark, who his children grew up with ours. Carol, I guess you were in that area at that time too. Right around the corner. And Doug, sorry to say, you were over there too. But let's see. I can't, when we're talking about family, I can't leave the Marcusons out because Jane's brother married a Marcuson. So guess what we've got? We've got a whole lot of Marcusons. We got Jerry, we got Kit and Sue, Dennis and Sherry, and Randy and Diane. Thank you all for coming. Kim's good friend Marcia, thank you for making the trip. Arlene's children, Mike and Melanie, and her granddaughter are here. I can't forget my Hallmark roots and all those old Hallmarkers, especially the McCorder boys, Steve, Jim, Tom. Thank you so much for making the trip. Rusty, I see you. You're way up there. My grandson, at least I guess we got one grandson, and my little special little granddaughter right over here, who's the light of our lives. Rod's good friends, Ron and Lisa. I can't go without saying thanks to Kim and Kevin for everything they do. And Jeff, you making this trip out meant everything to us. And Allie, it was so nice meeting you.
Jeff, you could have came last night and played safety for me.
I hope I didn't, well, I have to say, I did forget a couple of people here, not just the McCorder boys, but the McCorder gals too. Susie and Karen, thank you for coming, and I'm sorry that two of those people, Judy and Betty, aren't here. They went on to a better place. Natalie, thank you for liking Rusty for right now.
For right now.
And I hope that continues, but that's up to you. It's your option.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Don't forget me. What about me?
Oh, he already said you. He hasn't said me yet.
Did I miss any? Oh, I missed my other grandson's special lady, Ashton. Rodney couldn't be here because he's playing right now in well, I don't know if he's playing, but he's did they win or lose? They lost to Shadron State, but he's playing football in Texas, and we'll be heading out that way next weekend to Dallas Cowboy Stadium where they'll be playing. So, yeah, well,
It's the one time I'll be cheering at Cowboy Stadium.
They won't have a star on it.
I think I got everybody, but I would most likely thank Rod and Jerry for their wonderful hospitality, their wonderful place. I know that I'll bet you Rod spent at least 40 hours in the garden.
Sitting in the
And I know that Jerry spent 40 hours in the kitchen.
It's the woman of the house. It's the woman of the
Community
house.
effort, and we love you so much, Mama and Papa. Thank you so much for being great parents, great grandparents to our children, and wonderful mother and father-in-law. I love you so much. You're like parents too, just like my parents. Love you.
And you know what? I think I just almost missed somebody. Merlin and George.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry would remind me that we are so lucky to have you.
We're lucky to have you guys.
Oh, no, without a doubt, very.
We really do.
I mean, just best friends, family, and loved ones. I think that covers everybody. If I missed you, that's too bad. I just now remembered now. See, that's how you, Larry and Pat. I'll tell you, wait a minute. I did that purposely. I did that purposely because I asked him to be in my wedding, or our wedding, 50 years ago.
That's right.
Okay, he's in the service. So we had to go get a tuxedo for him. So we go down, we get his measurements, take it in, order the tuxedo. And a week before the wedding, he says, I'm being shipped out. So, to you, Larry and Pat, I'm glad you made it this time.
Canceled our trip to be.
They were supposed to be in Mexico right now. That's how good of friends they are.
That's how sick of friends we are.
Pat got really sick.
That's it, folks. I'm done.